So while you were in the midst of the sandwich years, you ended up having a divorce?
Yes, in 2017. Yeah.
Okay, so before mom passes.
Before mom passes. Mom actually, I had her transferred, or she was transferred to long-term care in 2014.
Okay.
So she lived there for about 8 years.
8 years. And so, I mean, going through a divorce during that time,
It was
hard?
difficult. Yeah, very difficult. It was a blessing, but it's difficult at the same time.
And so did you find that you were, and I've heard a little bit of the story, but you were passing ships. Is that kind of how it
Yes.
was? Or was it something that it was more in sense of recognizing that there's differences that you couldn't get through?
There was never the support that I needed, especially during that time when I was looking after my mom, the kids, and the household. Even though I asked for it, it just, it's like, well, I need my sleep, or
Priorities.
right. He had his priorities for himself, but couldn't see the priorities of helping out with everyone else. And to boot, his parents were aging too, so I was looking after them too. His mom crashed her car, so she lost the use of her car. So I'd go over every week and take her grocery shopping.
Hello, everyone. And guess what? We're back with another Sandwich Years. For those of you for the first time watching, Sandwich Years is about taking care of the top bun, which could be an elderly parent, could be a niece or nephew, could also be a sibling. And so you're taking care of somebody elder. Then there's also the bottom bun. And so you're taking care of somebody, potentially your kids, could be nieces and nephews, could be some sort of youth that you're supporting, and then also, and could be siblings again, but it also could be fur babies. Fur babies, I say it, you can leave them home alone for a long period of time at least. I know you can leave a cat, but not for long. And so they are dependent. You are the person in the middle, and so we call that squeezed and blessed. And so you're in the Sandwich Years. And so today I have my friend Liz with me. And Liz, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And if you can, take a moment and tell everybody who you are and who's squeezing and blessing you.
Who's squeezing and blessing me? My name is Liz Jacoy, and who's squeezing and blessing me? I guess right now would be my kids and my cat.
See, a cat. We talked about a cat. But
Cat,
your
yeah.
kids
Cat was diagnosed with diabetes in February.
Oh.
Yeah, so it requires 2 shots. Yeah. So I'm like looking. Yeah.
One soon, but not very
One
soon.
soon. No, but we're good. Yeah,
We're good.
we're
Okay.
good.
And you know what? When pets get ailments, and they can have human ailments, I think sometimes
Yeah.
people forget about that.
Exactly.
They do require extra care.
Yeah.
And it's not that you're not going to do that for them.
No.
And so 2 shots a day,
Yeah.
and does it have to be at the same time?
Roughly around the same time. Half an hour here or there is okay, but roughly the same time. Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
And this is more of a pet question. Do you have pet insurance?
No.
Okay.
It's not really, well, for me, I looked at it and I didn't think it was really worth it. It doesn't cover it seems to cover a lot, but it doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't cover a lot. And it's not that expensive. A vial of insulin I get at Costco for like $65. It's only good for 30 days. I don't even go through half of it.
Okay.
Because I only give them 2 cc's, like 2 little units twice a day. So I just toss it out. And then
Okay.
so it's 65 plus needles.
How did you find out that he had diabetes?
Good question. I noticed that when I was cleaning the litter box, there was a lot more pee and bigger chunks. And he was drinking a lot. It was like I was filling his water bowl up about 3 times a day. And he looked like he lost weight, but he didn't, which was interesting. Even the vet couldn't understand.
There was a point in time where our family cat, we
Yeah.
had thought because he was drooling a lot and stuff like that. And then they had to do a test. So I know it's not our typical conversation, but it is actually a necessary conversation, right? Pets are
People need to know. Yeah.
pets are part of the family. Pets are part of the dependent. And to be quite honest, you got to keep an eye on your pets because
yeah.
some of them will need extra care as they get older. How old's the cat?
14.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's, old age.
Older age. And so just
Senior.
knowing that as your pets get older, they will require care too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so I love that we talked about that.
Yeah,
I'm so
me
happy
too.
that we talked
Something
about that.
good. Yeah.
So let's talk about, so your bottom bun is how many kids do you have?
Two, Stephanie, she's 28, and Nicholas, he's 25.
Ah, okay. So
Yeah.
they're in some good times right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Finishing school or finished up school.
Finished. Nicholas, well, Nicholas is still trying to decide what he's going to do. He hasn't quite,
Yeah.
he's been working, so, and he's managed to elevate himself to team lead, and now he's working in the continuous improvement area of Lear, which manufactures the car seats. Steph is a sous chef, so she's working. You guys have to go to Springwood.
She
Do a
just
little
did
plug.
No more plugs. But yes, she just did a plug. So, but you know what? You sound like a proud mom,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And you know what? We all have to recognize having kids that they all progress at different rates and they find I think what the key is find something that
Exactly.
they're passionate about.
Yeah.
And so they found stuff.
Yeah.
And
Nick's
some of
working
it
on
may lead to school, some may not lead to school. Find passion because passion is what's going to wake you up in the morning to go do what you got to do.
Exactly.
And so,
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're going to probably talk about your career span and but today's is going to be about passion and finding that and learning and how you learn and things like that. So some of the
Great.
things you'll learn about, Liz, we'll get to it shortly.
In a minute. Yeah.
Okay, so bottom bun's doing great. They're finding their own, which is fabulous. In your 20s, you're finding your own. They still are dependents. You never get
You know
rid of
what?
being a
No.
Yeah.
No, they still need you.
Yes. And we had a conversation. I had a conversation with somebody. They're like, my kids are adults. They're not kids anymore. And I said, they're not kids anymore, but you never are not a parent. Even like my mom was a parent, even though I was 40 or whatever. You still have that sensibility that they're still your kids, right?
Yeah, you don't treat them as kids anymore, or you treat them as adults, but it's kind of a different relationship than you would have with your friends that are adults, right?
Yeah.
It's still a little different. There's more different boundaries,
Okay.
right?
So now let's talk about your top one that was around and how did that go, if you don't mind me asking.
You mean
Your
the
parents.
Oh, my parents. Okay. Well, my dad died in 1985. He died of multiple myeloma
Okay.
cancer. So there was that whole taking care of him because he was at home for, until we had to move him to palliative care. So there's that whole thing,
Okay.
working through that. And then my mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's dementia probably around 2008.
Okay.
And then she passed away in October of 2022.
Okay. So she's had it for quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
How was that? for
Oh,
you?
very difficult at first. I
Okay.
remember going to the geriatric office, and you know how they give those tests? Here's three animals, and I'll ask you in a few minutes to repeat it back, and I'm sitting there going, I don't know, I'm having a tough time here. But I think the one that stood out for me, because that was even hard for me, I thought maybe I've got a little Alzheimer's, but it doesn't, right? The one that stood out for me is where they asked her to draw the face of a clock. Right? Have you done that? Yeah.
Well, that's the one that actually I think hits the hardest
That
for all
one
of us.
hits, yeah.
Is when
They
it's not-
can't.
and they swear it is that one.
Yeah.
And you're like,
It is.
It,
Yeah.
it's the one that hits the hardest. So,
Oh, yeah.
if you want to, do you mind explaining it to everyone?
No,
what
absolutely.
what that test is, or what it's supposed to do, and how it works.
Yeah. Well, they asked my mom to draw a clock and then put the time. I think it was 10 to 2 or something like that. And mom drew the circle. Very nice circle, by the way. Nothing wrong with the circle. But she started putting 12 and then 1, 2, 3. But all the numbers were on one side. And this big hand and the little hand were outside the clock. But not even in the 10 and 2 shape, but just drawn outside. And when I saw that happening, my heart just sank. I just, like, your gut, everything just, you don't know how to react. You just, it's devastating.
Yeah, it's weird because I think, how do I say this? We learn it as a kid, the clock, and so when you see it not the way it's supposed to be,
Yeah.
you kind of sit there and go,
Wow.
like, yeah, it's kind of it's weird. And it was funny because I was talking to somebody. Actually, I think it was today where they're trying to phase out those clocks because we all have digital. And I sat there and I was like, interesting, because we all are of a world of those clocks. And so it's just, but that I think that hits everyone when we
Yeah.
see the clock that's drawn
Drawn.
by our loved one
Yeah.
who has those sorts of diseases. So that was the one that hit the hardest. Did she live with you, or she lived at a home, or?
She lived with us for a while. I brought her to stay with us for a little while, but it was becoming difficult. And I myself wasn't in any shape mentally to really take care of her too, in a way, because I had so many things going on with my kids, my ex, trying to work full time, looking after the household. Everybody experiences that kind of stress, right? All the demands. But it was simple things that now, I look back on. I remember doing the dishes one night and she wanted to help. And part of me is like, no, Mom, let me do it. Like, you want to take care of them. You want, because they've done it. They've looked after you. They've helped you. So I was trying to return that favor, but didn't realize that that's part of her, right, wanting to help. And me, I just wanted her to relax and have a good time. I noticed that her demeanor changed right away. So, yeah. So I was finishing up the dishes. Next thing I know is I hear her getting ready to go outside the door. And it's like, 9:30 at night. It's February. There's snow out on the ground. And so I hear her wanting to go out the door, and I'm like, oh my God, she can't go outside, especially by herself. She's going to get lost or something. That's one of the reasons she already moved home, because she already got lost where she lived. And then I go to stop her, right? And she says, "No, I'm upset. I have to go outside." And I'm trying to stop her, and she bites. I think she bites my hand, or she tries to kick me to get away.
Oh, Mom.
And then she bites my hand, and of course my son sees this, so he comes over trying to defend me. And I'm trying to push him back, like, it's okay, like I can handle this. So that incident taught me a lot of things. First of all, the dishes can bloody well wait.
Okay. Note to self: dishes can wait.
Dishes can wait.
Dishes can wait.
Mom wants to go for a walk, or let her do the dishes. Let them help you do the dishes if they want to do the dishes, or to, if they don't and they're just watching TV, whatever, the dishes can wait if they want to go for a walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one. So you said a couple things. Some
Yeah.
of the things that you see as urgent aren't necessarily as urgent as the grand scheme of things. Secondly, if they want to help, it's to help them also feel
Yes.
dignity and
Yep.
feel needed. I think that was one of the things that I forgot with my parents.
You too, eh?
As you
Yeah.
get old, as they get older, they still see you as their kid and they want to help you. And it doesn't have to be big. My dad, my dad used to offer me money every time he see me.
Aw.
Here's a 20, and I'd be like, Daddy, like, I don't need a 20. He's like, take the 20, and I was like, give it to the kids. Oh, okay. And so then he'd give it to
Aw.
the kids, but he wanted to.
Yeah.
They still want to be able to give you.
Yeah.
And like, to me, he was at the home, so I didn't really want to take his money. And at one instance too, he's so cute. He would be like, I want some money here. Like, I don't have money. And so I gave him money.
Money?
And,
Give.
and they told me, they're like, oh, by the way, your dad gave the money to someone else to do something for him. And so they told me, don't give him money. And I said, but he just wants a little bit of money, like, just to feel dignity. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just to be
absolutely.
able to feel
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And so try your best. I know sometimes it's like, it's faster if I do it, but if
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what's gonna, and make sure it's safe. So, I mean, take the knives away, take things that are gonna keep it safe
Yeah.
for them to wash the dishes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But okay, so that's kind of key that you learned. It was sweet that you were saying that your son was kind of seeing everything going down and he was trying to help.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that I think all of us forget too, is our kids are watching us.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
they must have seen a lot. You also said you're busy. So when you're in the sandwich years, you are typically busy.
Oh, yeah.
You are trying to take care of your loved ones. Then you also have potentially husbands and stuff, spouses that you're taking
Yes.
care of. So while you were in the midst of the sandwich years, you ended up having a divorce.
Yes. In 2017. Yeah.
Okay, so before mom passes.
Before Mom passes, Mom actually, I had her transferred, or she was transferred to long-term care in 2014.
Okay,
So she lived there for about 8 years.
8 years. And so, I mean, going through a divorce during that time,
It was
hard?
difficult. Yeah, very difficult. it was a blessing, but it's difficult at the same time, you
And so
know?
did you find that you were, and I heard a little bit of the story, but you were passing ships? Is that kind of how it was?
Yes,
Or was it something that it was more in sense of recognizing that there's differences that you couldn't get through? Like,
definitely differences we couldn't get through. Was more, yeah, just, there was never the support that I needed, especially during that time when I was looking after my mom, the kids, and the household. Even though I asked for it, it just, yeah, it's like, well, I need my sleep, or,
priorities.
right. He had his priorities for himself, but couldn't see the priorities of helping out with everyone else. And to boot, his parents were aging too, so I was looking after them too. Grandmother, or yeah, his mom crashed her car, so she lost the use of her car. So I'd go over every week and take her grocery shopping. So yeah, so
Oh,
there's that too. When you got, yeah, the in-laws
you
as
have the
well.
in-law. So you had the in-law relationship plus
My
yours,
mom,
plus the kids.
kids.
A lot.
It was a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
What were some of the things that you did to kind of keep your head up? Like, I mean, for one, getting a divorce is courage. To
Yes.
be able to sit there and go, I'm not doing this anymore. I need to kind of find me and do that. So, I
Yeah.
mean, kudos to you for finding
Yeah.
the courage
Thank
to
you.
be able to sit
Yeah.
there and go, I got to do
After
something.
23 years, yeah, no, I'm done.
And
It ain't
so,
working anymore.
and so kudos for that,
Yeah.
because that also, it's hard. Being in a relationship is work, but then also coming out of a relationship is work too.
Yeah.
And so kudos to you for doing
Oh,
that.
thank
And
you.
it seems like you're better for it.
Oh, yeah. I noticed like a big shift. Yeah.
So
From energy. Yeah.
there's that. So in the deep depth of it, because you were in the deep depth of it, because there was so much. What suggestions would you give people? Like what things did you do for you? Anything?
Yeah. I would get up earlier in the morning, and that would be my me time where I
Okay.
could read or just meditate. So I started meditating, visualizing my life and how I wanted it to be, what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. That was use that as me time. That was really important. And just make sure that I used to beat myself up too because I'd want to go visit mom and take care of her while she was in the home, right? Meanwhile, you've got all these other responsibilities too. So it's just living in the present moment, just enjoying the present moment is really important when you are with your loved ones, not worrying about, you got to rush home to make dinner or do this or do that, but be present is the one thing that I really learned.
Because
Yeah.
in hopes that there's a tomorrow,
Yeah.
there's another day to do that.
Yeah.
And so I love it. We're gonna coin it. The dishes can wait.
The dishes can wait. Oh my
That's gonna be our
gosh,
thing. The
yes.
dishes can wait, meaning things that aren't important right now
Mm-hmm.
can wait.
Yeah.
Now, not to say never do them, but be in the moment. Enjoy the laughter. Enjoy the
Mm-hmm.
walk. Enjoy the moments that you
Yeah.
can. And so, thank you for sharing that because I think it's hard when you're in the deep of it, and I've been there. And
Mm-hmm.
you're in the deep of it, you kind of just are sort of sitting there going, how do I get it? How did I get here for one?
Mm.
And I can't even breathe. So waking up early is another thing.
Waking up early, using breath. You don't have, you could take courses or whatever, but it's just doing simple, nice 5 deep breaths in and out. That's how I still start my day like that. Started to meditate and read, start to read, yeah.
Okay.
And then I felt I filled my cup, so then I can fill, help other people, yeah. So I
Okay.
still do that,
You
yeah.
still do that. So let's talk a little bit more about now mom. So we get divorced. Now we're taking mom. The kids are older a bit
Oh
now.
yeah,
So
they're
they're a
pretty.
little bit more independent, but still you still have to keep a watch because they're still did so mom went to a home.
2014, so Nicholas would have been 14 and Steph would have been 17. So they're
It's still yeah. Still
still
teens
need
trying
you,
to find
but
their ways.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And also pushing your buttons.
Oh, oh yeah.
But pushing your button. And I say that only because I know.
But now you
But
come out on the other side, you go, whew, I
exactly.
lived through that.
And the other piece is we got good kids.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the buttons aren't heavy pushing. It's we got good kids.
Yeah.
And so it's just the stage of life that they have to go
Yeah.
through. So mom is now getting sicker, and you're now
Mm.
recognizing that she's not living forever. How did that go?
Denial at first, I think. I kept thinking that, if I just bring her own foods, you started doing more for her, taking her out for walks in the sunshine, that sort of thing, that, she'll sort of come back. It's those moments where she recognizes me and says, "Oh, she knows who I am," and then marred by the moments where she doesn't know who I am. That, to me, it didn't really bother me. Like, the one thing I don't like is where people say, I'm going to be a little controversial here, but where people say, they're not who they are, or, there's no point in visiting them because they're not the same person. But the person is still inside there. It's still, yes, I'm sorry. My mom was still my mom.
Yeah.
She may not have recognized me some days or whatever, but we still had great
Yeah.
conversations. And the one thing I learned too was never say, "Do you remember?"
Yep.
I learned that, and that used to bother me with when the staff say, like, "How could you forget your shoes?" Like, I hear them talking to other people in the hallway and stuff. It's like, why are they talking to people like that?
Yeah.
Just guide them,
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I found with my mom too, is just, you know, for example, I probably went off topic here, but it
No,
just
you
feels like
totally
they need,
didn't. You totally didn't.
yeah,
I was just going to point out some stuff to
yeah,
you. Like you said it, they're still there. They're
you're
still
still
that person. They
there.
will give you the look. Like my mother-in-law gave me a couple looks and I was just like, "Whoa." Like I was like, "Don't look at me like that." And we would start to laugh and she would look at me, but I also recognized sometimes when she wouldn't remember me. And that I think hurts a bit, but at the end of the day, they're still there.
You can bring it out
Yeah.
by being creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you also talked about the point of don't tell them what they forgot. Like
No.
you have the memories.
Yeah.
You have to try to keep those memories for them. Like when my dad was struggling at one point, he couldn't remember his last name. And I giggled and I said, "Don't worry, I remember it. You don't need to remember it.
Exactly.
I know who you are." My dad was he had a lot of pride. And so he would always
It's
say his,
probably harder
and
for
so
men. Yeah.
when he couldn't remember his last name, I think, and it was hard because it was over the phone. I had to do it because it was a COVID time period, and I was just like, and he was struggling so hard to try, and I said, "Stop." I said, "Don't worry about it, Dad. It's this. It's this. Like, you don't have to remember it. Don't worry. And worst case, we'll write it down for you." So finding ways for them to remember without having them have to remember.
Yeah.
And so putting words up or putting cue things up, pictures and stuff so that they can remember those
Exactly.
moments. Those are some of the things you probably did as well, right?
Yeah, and we're a Hungarian background, so oftentimes I would cook Hungarian food and then take it into her. And it's interesting because when she starts eating, then she remembers me. Or, when I tell stories about us when we used to go camping to Virginia Beach in Virginia every summer, we used to stay at a national park. I was on the Chesapeake Bay, and we used to go crab fishing. And so, I'd tell her about going crab fishing and how I remembered the smell of the sea and, waiting for the tug on the string, and I knew the crab was there, and then slowly reeling it in and using a net to scoop it up. Like, you go into details, right? And I would see her, she would start smiling because it would bring back those memories. And I'd bring pictures of us camping too to see if she would recognize
But you
anyone.
never asked her though. You never
No.
said, "Hey." It was more like she'd see the pictures and be
I'd
like,
be talking
"Yeah."
about it, like as explaining my story.
Exactly, so
Yeah,
that she could find her connection if she wanted to, or if she
if she
could,
could.
and then
Yeah.
and also it wasn't disheartening for you when she's
No,
like, "I don't even know who that person is."
no.
Like it's not just
Or if
like
she asked,
don't
"Who
put your
is that?" Yeah,
exactly don't put yourself in a
yeah,
situation which is gonna break your heart as well and
yeah,
their heart. So it's almost like you know what, enjoy the moment with them.
yeah.
Okay, so all right, so that transpires, you can tell that she how was your funeral, how was that kind of aspect, and how are you dealing with your grief now?
Um,
So
to
it's been
be,
how many years?
it'll be about 3.5 years now. To be honest, leading up to it. I guess I've gone through so much loss already
Okay.
So much grieving already with my dad, my sister, uncles, aunts, dogs, cats. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's still a grief cycle even with them. And just going through my own spirituality, my own growth in terms of understanding that everything that I recognize with my pets and other people were always attachments. Certain attachments that you get used to. Like, for example, with the dog, when the dog passes, the attachment is getting them jumping on your bed to wake you up in the morning, and all of a sudden it's not there, right? So it's recognizing that that's the attachment, that's what you miss, but the memories are still in my mind. So in that spirituality, knowing that, she was 94, we know that that's our life cycle. We don't know when I'm going to die or you or whoever, but knowing that she's lived a pretty good life. Maybe, the last few years weren't how anyone would want to be, but, she lived a good life, and knowing that, if when her death does come, it's going to be hard. I mean, I did cry. I did bawl my eyes out for a couple of days, and it was hard. But I also knew that she was in a better place, and her time has come, and it wasn't I guess it was an understanding that, yeah, just the attachments, the getting used to going to see her 3 times a week, the Saturday morning preparing a meal and taking it over for her. Those are the things that you stop doing,
Yeah.
right? So I think those are hard. That's what's really hard. Yes, you do miss them. Don't get me wrong, but I think that's what we have to get used to.
You call it attachments, but it's
Yeah.
almost like the scheduling or the way
Yes.
that you lived.
Yes.
The pattern of your life has changed.
Yes.
And so once you recognized it and figured out, okay, I've got to fill my time with something else and
Yeah.
not the sorrow of missing that time,
Yeah.
then it's more about that.
Exactly, the sorrow of missing time. So when I did feel like upset or sorrow, I would remind myself of the good memories, the good times, the camping. And so it's kind of reminding myself of all the good times that helped me through the
Okay.
sorrow. Yeah.
Okay.
The
So-
funeral, she was cremated. It was just my kids and I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you kept it to something that was manageable as well for
Yeah.
you. So no, thank you for sharing all that. Now, what other things do you do for you?
What other things do I do for me? Definitely compassion is one of the things that I learned even with my mom. I wasn't compassionate towards her many times, and so I realized I wasn't compassionate to myself. So I learned I had to be compassionate and give myself grace and not get upset at my mistakes or, call myself whatever because I forgot something, right? Because I noticed she was doing that too. So then I started doing it for myself. And so that being compassionate towards yourself is really important because that's when you can be compassionate with others,
Okay.
right? And you can understand. Yeah.
So compassionate in sense of forgiving yourself for
Forgiving
making
yourself,
mistakes.
making mistakes.
Don't degrading your own self, like
Yeah.
calling yourself dumb, stupid, any of those sorts of
Exactly.
things.
If you don't feel like doing the dishes,
Lazy.
don't do the dishes.
Don't do the dishes. I think that's what I'm gonna call this episode. Don't do the dishes. Everybody's gonna be like, "What?"
Yeah, don't do the dishes.
Don't do the dishes. That's
They
gonna
can
be our
wait.
saying.
Yeah.
They can wait. And so being okay,
being okay.
being okay with yourself,
Work
and
on yourself
and
first.
taking time out and
Yeah.
working on yourself. And you said you wake up early. Do you still wake up early?
I have 5:30.
5:30?
Yeah.
Don't call me. 5:30. I stay up late and I wake up late. That's me.
I gotta
5:30
go to bed
in the
early.
morning.
All
Yeah,
right.
see? So we have to make sure we have lunchtime maybe together. And that's about it. Because beyond that, that's how it. So find what works for you. Find the scheduling that works for you.
Exactly.
That will give you a little bit of time to be on your own, to have your own thoughts, to be compassionate to yourself. Is kind of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my 5:30 in the morning till about 6:30.
Okay. And you're not doing the dishes at 5:30. Right?
No. I waited till about 7 this morning.
I love it. Well, Liz, thank you so much
Thank you.
for coming on the show. Thank you for sharing all your insights. There is a way out of the there is a way through the sandwich years. You're still in it, but you're still not heavy in it.
Yeah.
And I think you give us all hope that you will make it through. You will make some courageous decisions along the way,
Absolutely.
with no regrets later, but you'll make decisions for you.
Yeah.
And so thank you for sharing that.
Thank you for having me here.
For those of you, and you're going to probably, every person you're going to want back, but please enjoy this conversation. I hope you did. Put your messages in the bottom, comment somewhere, let us know so that Liz can hear from you. But stay tuned. We'll have another Sandwich Years very soon. If you are any channel, subscribe, like, follow us on social as well. Take care.